Hey everybody, this is Dr. Greg Rose with OnBase University. I want to talk about hitting, and specifically I want to talk about grip strength. A lot of people ask us, how strong does my grip have to be? And what we use, just so you know, is we use a device called a dynamometer. We have our players hold the dynamometer and squeeze as hard as they can. We usually check this in 3 different positions, here and here. We kind of take an average, and we check front side and back side. And what I can tell you after doing a lot of research on this is that you definitely want to have grip strength, but it's probably not for the reason you think. Now let me put this down. So what I mean by that is, if I go ask a professional player, how hard do you grip? A lot of players say, well, they feel light in their hands. They're not trying to squeeze as hard as they can, right? So if I go test one of our professional players and I test their grip strength, and we're using, let's say, kilograms of mercury, that's just the scale we use. Let's say the average person or player is around 60 kilograms, okay? Then when we test them when they hit, usually they get to about 50%. Like they said, they're not killing their grip, they're not squeezing really hard, it gets to around 30 kilograms. So the average player is about 5 out of 10 from a scale of how hard they're gripping. And that's cool to know, but here's the problem. So if you listen to a professional says, hey, grip with half your strength. Well, it kind of depends on what your grip strength is starting out. If we go test most of our young kids or just amateurs out there and we test their grip strength, they don't start at 60. They usually start around 30. So imagine if I test a young kid who's at 30 and they listen to a professional who says, hey, you should squeeze a 5 out of 10. They're squeezing at 15, where the professional's squeezing at 30. The professional's actually squeezing twice as hard. And most of the professionals are at 5 out of 10, and that's the maximum strength that the kids can do. So to have the same amount of grip pressure, a young kid would have to squeeze as hard as they can. So what does this mean? It means, number one, be careful when you listen to professional players. And number two is, if you have a bigger grip strength, you can actually relax your grip and still have enough pressure on the bat. So grip strength is really important. Now, how do you get stronger? A great friend of mine, great mentor of mine, Al Vermeil, who worked with a ton of athletes, used to tell me, just pick up heavy stuff. And he's right. I like using kettlebells. And for any of my kids out there, you really want to start with a light kettlebell so that it's safe. And what I do is we do what's called a bell up hold. So basically I take the kettlebell, looks like a cannonball here, I'm going to raise it up. Now you can use this hand to help stabilize. Really important, I don't want your wrist extended like this. We want your wrist flat. So flat wrists, hold on to the kettlebell just like this, right? Now, just holding this creates grip strength in all 3 planes in the wrist. You can actually get to the point where you hold it above and you walk around, just trying to keep that grip strength. When you get tired, you can bring this down, and believe it or not, you can actually go longer. When this gets tired, you could even go to what's called a suitcase and even hold it longer. If you do all 3 positions with the weight that you can control, switch sides, do that even just once or twice a week. It's amazing on how strong your grip strength gets. I hope this helps you. If you're interested in things like this, on how your body affects your hitting or your pitching, come check us out at onbaseu.com.